We are gonna get started. Welcome to the 48-hour film project, people. Yeah.
So the 48-hour film project is a competition originating in DC between some friends, and it blew up to encompass 140 cities around the world. It's a timed filmmaking competition. You have 48 hours to essentially write, direct, edit, and a short film from 4 to 7 minutes. Actually, you show up, we'll give you a line of dialogue, a prop, a character name and occupation. We'll also assign you a genre, and then we'll give you 48 hours to come back with a finished product, and we'll screen it for you, and we can all look at your work in 2 short days. So Columbus has actually been pretty amazing for the participation level, which is somewhere between typically 35 to 45 teams. We have sent 2 teams in the last 6 years all the way to Cannes, which is the ultimate grand prize. The contest essentially, it crowns a city winner every year, and the city winner goes on to Filmapalooza, which is in a different city most years, but traditionally the majority of the competitions have been in Hollywood. In Hollywood, they compete amongst those other 140 cities for the best of the 48-hour film project, and then the top 8 in the past, this year the top 12, since we've added some cities, go on to screen at Cannes. And Columbus, despite our very average size in terms of the competition as a whole, has managed to send 2 teams in the last 6 years to Cannes. So I'm excited, and I think this year, I'm always looking for an opportunity to send another team to Cannes. So I just heard about the 48 several years ago. I actually participated on a team. It was an ex-girlfriend of mine's team. I had a great time, thought the project was fantastic, simply amazing, and I was hooked. So when I got to Columbus, obviously, I came here for other reasons, but I looked up the 48 and saw what was going on. I saw that the director, or the city producer here, was Casey Allen. I emailed him and asked if there's something I can do to help. He said, absolutely, come on down. He's a great guy. He brought me in, and I acted as essentially an assistant producer for the prior 2 years. He couldn't do it. He had some things taken him away from this year. He lives up in Lima, but he laid the groundwork for a fantastic competition here in Columbus. And when he stepped away, he asked me whether I'd be willing to step in and try to take it to another level, or at least maintain the level we were at. Right. And I embraced it, and then I really am glad that I did. It's been a great experience. Well, I mean, this year we've done a lot more press, and the teams have been more involved, and there's been some changes. The genres of wild cards and the original genres have changed a little bit, but we've also added a number of new sponsors, local sponsors and national sponsors, to add a different flavor, to add some different prizes. And the Gateway Film Center here has been fantastic, and my favorite thing that they've added actually is the audience award winners. So it's the films that are voted by each of the screening audiences as the best film for that screening group gets to premiere before a major motion picture film at the Gateway Film Center for the entire week of its release. So I think that's absolutely outstanding exposure for those films, and I think it's going to do worlds for exposing, what it is we bring to the filmmaking industry. And this year I'm also really proud of the judges that we've recruited. Brad Keefe is an award-winning critic. He won Film Critic of the Year last year by the Cleveland Press and the Columbus Press. And he's one of our judges. Jason Tossevin, who's a widely known local filmmaker, is one of our judges. And I'd like to get into that trend of having a former participant be a judge, because they really know what they're in for. And then the final judge is Len Hartman, who came to Ohio from California. He's been involved with a number of independent and major motion picture releases, especially with Universal Pictures. And he started a new company in Granville called Big Rivers Cinema. So people are really excited to get their work in front of him too, because he's got a little different perspective than a lot of the local filmmakers are used to. So I'm proud of the judges. I'm proud of the prizes and the press, and I'm excited for this competition. And I really think the teams and the level of excellence embodied in each of these teams is going to be at an all-time high, and I think we're going to be really proud of the films that they produce.